Okay, Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is in uptown Charlotte, North Carolina at Bank of America Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Carolina Panthers.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Here we go. Slow base. Who that? Who that? Check 13. Check 13.
Here's a handoff to Hines to begin the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now a throw here on second down, and that's complete.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
Go, go, go.
3rd and 2, and here's Murray. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's the Panthers punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10.
Let's go, man. Big series right here. We got to step it up. Hey, switch gears, switch gears. He's crashing.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. 2nd and 14. He gets it to Cooks. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Operating from the gun, Fields. And he finds McLaurin. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward.
1st down, Jacksonville.
Come on, set. Touchdown.
And an alley to run. The Jags picking up the 1st down there, a gain of 12.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Come on, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo! Out. Let's go. You got time. You got time. Let's go.
A handoff. McCaffrey running right. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Looking to throw. Fields looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And, boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. 2nd possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Hines. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Shrink that ball.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Murray under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Uchenna and Nwosu got the sack there. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. And nothing but daylight ahead. Touchdown, Jaguars. Christian McCaffrey, 67 yards. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly for 6. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
To throw on 2nd and 10. Murray will find his tight end. That's Waller. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. Murray going to try to throw on 3rd down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And a loose football. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. We got it. We got it.
First down and 10.
My 10, my 10. Target, 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 target. Dude, 22, check, cover. 22, check, cover. Check, check.
Following the fumble recovery, Fields. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
The Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll start on the ground with Hines. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30. 10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. 2nd down, Murray sets to throw. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. They'll find Hines out of the backfield. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd down.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
Draw play. This is Hines. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Coming to you, coming to you.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. Throw right side, going to be caught by Waller. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. That's going to set him back 5 yards. Here's the Panthers punter now as he's on to kick it away. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Taken in at the 11. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Check, check, lucky.
McCaffrey following the penalty. And he'll be taken down at the 18. And a nice run to get him past the original line of scrimmage. A gain of 7. It's 2nd and 8 now.
A gain of 7. It's 2nd and 8 at the 18-yard line.
Set, ready. 6 1. You got nothing today. You got nothing.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. He's got a first down and more past the 30. Finally taken down at the 32-yard line. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. Check 3. Check 3.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. There he goes inside the 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 22. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down. We remind you that coming up at the half, we'll hand things off to Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have scores from earlier today, plus a look ahead as well, so you won't want to miss that. A lot going on here in Week 1. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. It's a first down following a gain of 3. On first down, Fields. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Terry McLaurin there to make the grab. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. A diving catch for the score. He laid out. That was special.
And you know the first thing they're going to check, right? Did he complete the process of the catch? All the way through, all the way to the ground. Ball doesn't hit the ground without control in his hands. All of that, yes. Check the box. Touchdown.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but
you don't want to.
And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Jags grab it. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Everyone got 4.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Terry McLaurin, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And a rout is on here in this first half. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
So we've reached halftime here in our initial Sunday night telecast of the new season. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. So a very short kick here. This will be taken by one of the up men.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
On 3rd down, Fields. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Let's go now. Ace and Data.
Guys, it's game situation. Let's go.
Back.
Kill.
Another run, this time McCaffrey. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Got it.
Mike 10.
Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beat. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Here we go. Set. Okay, come on. 15.
Second turn, defense. Let's go.
Showing it.
Now a toss. This is McCaffrey. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with third and about 6 yards to go.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
Squeeze double up. Alert three. Let's go. Come on. Slam.
Off-play action. Fields. This is caught. It's Cooks. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 29-yard line.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, second down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12.
25. Check 25. Check.
Now a handoff here to his running back. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. From the gun, Fields. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Terry McLaurin with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They run with Hines. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Grady Jarrett with the tackle.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Tight end right. Tight end right. 3 down. 3 down.
They run again with Hines. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
On 3rd down, Hines. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards.
Come on, let's go.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter with the score Jaguars 31, Panthers nothing.
Check, bomber.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
Check out.
On 1st down, it's Hines. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much for the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Hey, I'm not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, they want to ride him down the stretch. He should have fresh legs.
They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 31, Murray. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now.
8 yards to go.
The Panthers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. He gets it to Brown. Complete. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Here we go. Here we go. Go to base.
Rip left. Rip left.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here.
Come on, let's go.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. This is 3rd and goal. Still looking for the first points of the game. They'll try to run with Hines. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. A great play there. Taking it in. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead. Now Matt Prater for the point after. And he's got it as the score is now 31-7.
That's the score. Jaguars 31, Panthers 7.
set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. All of a sudden, they have quite a bit of breathing room. This was a one-score game, but touchdowns on their last 2 drives, and now comfort is here, so to speak.
It certainly is for them. I've been in this situation before on the flip side of this. And all that's going on there is a little bit of finger pointing. Hey, what's going on? How can we stop them? Can someone make a play to try and stop this momentum?
Well, they're going to be ball hawking because they need a turnover on that other side. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Switch.
And he'll give it here to his running back. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now a handoff looking right. And he will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage. The stop troops, the defensive guys, they've got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 47-yard line.
Buddy up. 53. Check 53. It's a party now.
Now a handoff here to his running back. 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 11.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Taking it about the 16. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good